Yo, so Bleeding today. I'm about to do yet another Mario What If. This is What If Deku had Haki.
Head down to the ground, you don't want these hands around you. Nitro glycerin, I'm sweating, blasting off, I'm bound to. Rushing, ain't no hiding, use a pussy if you down to. If you try to hide, you gon' be begging once I drown you. I'm the best, ain't no hero, but I always been a fan. Nigga, if you got an issue.
Where we start off this What If is with Deku going to the quirk doctor. As he's at the quirk doctor would test him, and after the test, they would get the results of Deku being quirkless. As Deku would pretty much be like, oh, okay. Like, he really did not care. Reason, because he thought regardless of him having a quirk, he was going to be able to be a hero, even if he didn't have a quirk. And if they didn't want to let him to be a hero, then fuck it, be a vigilante. It really did not matter to him. As long as he's going to be doing the thing that heroes do, it really didn't matter whether or not he had a quirk. So when Deku gets to his preschool, I guess he's pretty much, tells Bakugo and his supposed friends that he's quirkless, and they start eventually bullying him over time. Throughout the week, Bakugo's testing his limits, sees what Deku would do if he bumps into him or just does minuscule things on purpose. But he just keep on bumping it up a whole different level when it just becomes full-on bullying. So Deku, over time, he would realize, oh, this nigga don't fuck with me no more. So, he's not messing with Bakugo anymore. Like, he's not even gonna try to be his friend. He knows that he's not his friend regardless of whatever he tries to do. And he's just gonna have to accept that. So when Deku pretty much, finds out he has Haki, it's gonna be Conqueror's Haki. Because, I'll say that Deku is 10. And Deku, he is about to leave class, but Bakugo and his goons end up stopping him while everybody else is just leaving. As Bakugo would tell Deku, he would pretty much tell him, you're a nerd, and you keep all them heroes in that notebook, yet you're not even gonna get to even see them. So just hand over the book to somebody who would actually need it, you quirkless bastard. And Deku, he's not taking no disrespect. So he's like, okay, buddy, calm down. Stop. I don't know why you still think you can beat me. We had hand-to-hand combat fights without you using your quirk, and you got bodied. And Deku, that's when he starts to get angry, and he's prepared to fight Bakugo. And Bakugo starts, using his explosions, because, he's getting fired up too. He's getting angry too. So they're both about to fight. And once the fight does eventually start, it goes normal, pretty much. I mean, Deku would usually win without Bakugo using his explosions, but during this fight, it's like almost Deku is beating Bakugo at the beginning. But when Bakugo starts using his explosions, it just goes more in his favor. But as Bakugo is getting his goons to jump Deku too, Deku just can't control his anger at this point. And this is where, Conqueror's Haki, pretty much activates, basically. And Deku is going to be born with it because you can't really get it any else way. That's why this is the first ability I'm giving him. And this is where everybody else just literally drops, like they're knocked out just by Conqueror's Haki. as when you use it, it just knocks out all your enemies. But yeah, Deku's not too advanced in it, so he couldn't just knock out Bakugo as it being the warning shot for the rest of them. So yeah, Deku, he pretty much used it. He's like, the fuck just happened? He's looking all around like, whose quirk was that? Eventually, Deku would come to the conclusion that maybe that was his power, and he decides, okay, I'm just gonna dip because I'm not trying to be responsible for what happened. So yeah, as we pretty much get to the tunnel, or at least Deku does, he pretty much is walking by, and Deku is still gonna be attacked by the sludge villain. It would be a perfect time for him to unlock exervent Haki, exervent Haki, but yeah, that'll be too fast. We're gonna have the sludge villain attack still happen earlier, because I'm gonna forget to do it. I already know I am, so we're just gonna have it happen earlier. And this is where he meets All Might after the attack. But during the attack, this is what happens. Pretty much, he pretty much is just holding the book bag, walking, and he just falls straight to the ground as he's about to get up, but the sludge is just still pulling on his leg. That's when he sees it. He looks down. He's like, the fuck, and he's trying to muster up the strength, or he's trying to at least try to use Conqueror's Haki again. He doesn't know how he did it. It just happened, and that was just weird with Deku, because he kind of came to the conclusion that his quirk was either weird or it wasn't a quirk at all, due to him not knowing how to activate it. He almost tried everything during the walk, and Deku he's pretty much trying to activate it, and it's frustrating him to the point where he's getting pretty mad. And this is the way he pretty much is gonna unlock it or keep on using it until he has full control of it. Because if he keeps on getting mad to use his powers, he wouldn't be able to use Exervent Haki. So that's why Exervent Haki is gonna come next, because he's gonna be more calm instead of being in your for emotion. So yeah, pretty much, Deku is pretty much being attacked. He's getting frustrated that he can't do anything, because how you're supposed to fight sludge? You're just gonna get yourself more you're just gonna get yourself bodied. And he's not giving up. He has the willpower to not give up. He's still trying, even to the point where he's suffocating, and that's when All Might comes through. And since I'll just say through his willpower, he does not get totally disabled from his body. He don't get knocked out. So yeah, when All Might punches the sludge and it flies straight off, and Deku, he's like dazed from it. He's like, oh shit. And he's just holding his head as he looks up and he sees All Might. He just totally forgets about how he's kind of dizzy. He grabs his book bag, and he pretty much hands All Might the notebook and asks for a autograph. As All Might would pretty much sign it, he would also ask, why didn't you do anything trying to defend yourself? I know, it's the law to not use your quirk, but at least try next time, kid. And All Might is just saying this to Deku, and Deku just replies that, well, I don't really have a quirk, but I came to the conclusion that I have an ability to make people pretty much get knocked out, but I don't know how to activate it. I activated it not too long ago, but it's complicated basically. And yeah, All Might, he thinks that's pretty interesting. So he says, okay. If you want training, if you really want to know how to use your powers in the best way, you should go to Degama Beach, and yeah, I'll train you. And Deku, he's like, okay, he takes up the offer, and we time skip to when Deku gets home. Basically, Deku, he has a lot to think about. He has a lot to think about. So yeah, when he gets in this room, he's probably thinking, damn, okay, what's the best way to use a quirk, if it even is a quirk? So that's what he looks up, and they say that he has to be calm. So Deku starts meditating to, pretty much slow down his heartbeat to pretty much stay calm. And Deku, he would eventually, over time, get more calmer and calmer. And this way, he also be able to, like over the 10 months, he would get calmer and calmer, be able to, use his, he'd be able to use the, Haki, or Conqueror's Haki, way easier due to him, pretty much, due to him, not always having to be mad to use it. So he just has full control over that, basically. He's not advanced, but he's gonna get there. Like, he's good. Like, he really does. He's good, okay? And during this, Deku is meditating. And Deku is just so in focus that he just can't hear his mom calling him because, dinner. And she's gonna walk up the steps. And Deku, this is where Deku would activate, exervent Haki. And exervent Haki, you can even be like blind, basically, and still see, the outlines of people. So when he pretty much sees, his like mom, not literally, but the outline of her pretty much walk up the stairs. Can't really see much else, but yeah. And that's when Deku, pretty much opens his eyes and realizes, oh shit. So yeah, his senses pretty much come back to him, and he goes downstairs and eats his food. Then the next day, and this is not all in one day, okay? This is over time. This is over time with the 10 months. I'll say this like 6 months in, and he's pretty much done with the beach. Cause Deku, he has the will to just like, oh, fuck sleeping, bro. I'm trying to get my power up, bro. So he's just been basically overclocking himself more than he was. I mean, it's not the best. He shouldn't be doing it, but I mean, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. So when Deku pretty much, gets there and pretty much clears up the rest of the stuff and trains more with All Might, and All Might is like, okay, let's test your powers, and they pretty much have a fight. Deku, he's going full strength, but All Might, he's going about 10%. He don't think that he can. He doesn't think that Deku. He doesn't think that Deku can't beat 10%. He just said, okay, let's see if he can beat 10%. Then I'll up it by like 5, maybe 10, if he really beat me. So yeah, if he pretty much sees that as a test, and Deku, he's like, okay, he going 10%, so I'm gonna take advantage of that and use my strongest moves. Like I'm really about to try. So yeah, Deku, he runs at him at full speed, and Almight's like, oh shit. And Almight's not really surprised, but he's more overwhelmed by the speed that Deku is going at. But he technically can't up it until he can't up one for all until, well, he loses. So yeah, Deku pretty much is just speeding right past All Might. And All Might is like, okay, what is he doing? It doesn't make sense. What could he possibly do? And as though All Might is trying to track Deku, you realize that Deku's eyes are closed. And Deku, this is where he's starting to use exervent Haki, because he knows that All Might, he's fast. He's fast. He doesn't know that he's going at 10%. But if he did, he would be able to. He would probably be able to not. He would probably be able to, handle it. At least that's what he would think. But he's not. He doesn't know that he's going at 10%. If I said he did, then scrap it. And yeah, he doesn't know. So that's why he's pretty much going to observant Haki, so he can track him without actually looking. Because he knows he's gonna be fast, so he has to be ready for whatever he's pulling. And Deku, he pretty much sees that All Might is not going as fast as he thought, so he would just open his eyes back up. And this is where Deku is I don't want to give him Haki yet, but I'll say through bare strength, a little bit of luck, and All Might pretty much taking it easy on him. He wins the battle, and over time he just ups it more. It's more of Deku 1 through 10 through 75%, and anything up above that where All Might won. And I'll say that when Deku pretty much gets to the 10th month of training, he does one last battle for All Might, and I'll say he gets to 85% now. And Deku goes off, and we time skip to where Deku was running into the UA building. And since he was pretty much fighting All Might, he kind of he kind of lost track of time, and he ended up a little late. So he doesn't really see Uraraka. Uraraka's already in there, so he's just leaving. He's just leaving the other people, or the little bit of the other people that are still out there. And Deku just speeds right past him. He gets into the auditorium for them. Not the auditorium. I almost skipped the written test, but he gets into the class for the written test, and Deku is just speeding through that shit. He's big brain, okay? He's smart. See, when Deku pretty much hands back his test, he gets the highest score, and Deku really does not care. Like he knows that he's already lost track of time, and he just really does not like losing time. Like he does not like wasting it at all. So Deku, he pretty much speeds right through the auditorium, and when he gets to the explanation and Ida start talking all that shit. Oh yeah, where's the robot thing and shit? Like the fourth robot, what is that about? It says on paper you're not addressing it yet. And Deku just says, okay, just listen to what you just said. He said he's not addressing it yet, okay? God damn. Let him do his thing. Let him talk. And he just shuts Ida up real quick. And when he pretty much gets outside, Bakugo pretty much says, oh, so you did decide to come. He was kind of staying quiet because Ida kind of shut him up, but he says, okay, so you did decide to come, you stupid nerd. And Deku's really not caring. He just he won't he just kind of walks away from him and says, okay, let's just see who gets in the UA. Let's just see who gets the highest score. Let's just see. Before you start putting me down, thinking that you're better than me, let's just see how this is gonna go. Let's just see. And we time skip into the end, or not to the end, but really to the beginning of the match. And Deku, when he sees those gates first open, just the millisecond that they do, Deku just fucks and rips them shits open and just dips, bro. Like he's not fucking playing. He's not. He's really not. So when he pretty much used observant Haki to pretty much look at every robot that's there, and he just jumps right towards them, forgetting about every building near him. Yeah, Deku's destroying the robots. Like he's jumping with precision to each and every robot. He's just ripping them apart with bare strength. And everybody's like, oh my god, but this kid must have a strength quirk. And when they see that this man's eyes is closed, they're like, the fuck? And yeah, Deku, he pretty much bodying. Left, right. He's just easily doing this. And this is where Deku is starting to get a familiar feeling. It's a feeling of unlocking a new ability. Deku just smirks. He says, "Okay, buddy. Now this is gonna be interesting." And yeah, Deku would eventually pretty much get to the end. And yeah, he's pretty much on the whole other side when Uraraka gets crushed, and he sees, oh shit, as most of his most like he was really keeping track of the zero pointer, so he just kind of speeds over there before most people can run, and he literally uses element Haki to break it. So pretty much when he pretty much jumps into the air, use element Haki to break it, and he reaches the ground. And when he does reach the ground, he's like, damn, bro, that kind of took a lot out of me. And Deku kind of just stumbles to Uraka and pretty much picks up the rubble and gets her to the stretcher. And as Recovery Girl would hail Uraka, he's like, damn, bro, that was fucking crazy. And yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave this one off though. And yeah. I forgot to mention the time skip that happened, between when Deku was 10 and met All Might after the Sludge Villain attack that led into the 10 months. So yeah, I had to fix that plot hole. And yeah, that's all I really gotta say. And that's where I'm gonna truly end this off.